Your LinkedIn profile is open in a tab right now on someone's screen and they are making a decision about you. Not tomorrow, not when you're ready, right now. Maybe it's a recruiter who found you in search. Maybe it's a potential client who just got off a call with your competitor and is doing their due diligence. Maybe it's a decision maker who had your name in a room and typed it into the search bar on the way home. And in the next 8 to 12 seconds, before they read a single word you have carefully written in your content, they have already formed an impression about you. Research tells us that's how long it takes, 8 seconds. So here is the question that should be keeping you up at night. What is that impression that people have of you when they view your LinkedIn profile? Because if your profile hasn't been intentionally built to answer that question, you are not just missing opportunities, you're actively pushing them away. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to optimize every single section of your LinkedIn profile from the very top to the bottom with specific examples, formulas, and strategies that I use when I audit and write profiles for executives, founders, and consultants. This is the complete 2026 guide that I wish I had 9 years ago when I opened my LinkedIn account. And by the time you finish watching this, you will know exactly what to change, how to change it, and why it matters. Let's go section by section. But before we get into it, my name is Ajayi Olalikon, a personal branding strategist and LinkedIn ghostwriter. I work with executives, founders, and consultants to build LinkedIn profiles and content strategies that attract inbound opportunities, establish authority, and do the kind of quiet, consistent work that turns strangers into clients. I've audited hundreds of profiles across industries. I know what the top 1% looks like, and I know the exact patterns that keep most professionals invisible. This video is the full framework. Let's start at the top. Section 1, your profile photo. The first thing a visitor's eye lands on is not your headline, it's not your name, it's your face. Your profile photo is doing psychological work before your word gets a chance to. And there are 3 things it needs to accomplish in under just 1 second. 3 things. Number 1, recognition. Your face needs to be clearly visible, not a silhouette, not a tiny figure in a landscape, not a logo. Your face centered, taking up 60% of the frame. That is your profile photo. Number 2, trust. Good lighting is not negotiable. Natural light or a simple ring light, a clean, uncluttered background, white, gray, or a soft blur. The goal is to look like someone a senior professional would like to have a meeting with. 3, approachability. You don't need to be grinning, but a warm, open expression signals that you are someone people can talk to. Think calm confidence, not corporate stiffness. And here is the quick test. If you would not put that photo on the cover of a business publication in your industry, it's not the right photo for LinkedIn. One more thing, update it. If your current photo is from 3 or more years ago and a different career chapter, it is doing the wrong work. Your photo should look like the professional you are today, not who you are when you started some years back. Section 2, banner image. Scroll back up to the top of your profile right now, mentally, and look at that wide strip of space behind your profile photo. Most professionals either leave it as default LinkedIn blue gradient or they upload a random image that has nothing to do with who they are professionally. Both are missed opportunities. Your banner is the largest piece of visual real estate on your entire LinkedIn profile. It loads first, it stretches across the full width of your page, and it is completely free advertising space that the majority of professionals are wasting. Here is what your banner should communicate immediately, visually, without words. If possible, it should communicate your positioning, what you do and who you do it for. A strong banner might include a clean headline of your value proposition, a subtle visual that reflects your industry or expertise, and optionally a social proof line, a credential, a publication feature, a client win that signals this person is credible. Tools like Canva make this a 20-minute job. There is no excuse for a blank banner in 2026, and you can pay a graphic designer to work it out for you. Section 3, your name and pronouns. This one is short but worth saying. Use your real professional name, the one people know you by and would search for. If you go by a nickname professionally, feel free to use it, especially if the nickname is already popular. Consistency between how you introduce yourself in person and how you appear online matters for searchability and recognition. Add your pronouns if you want to. LinkedIn gives you that option, and increasing numbers of professionals are using it. It signals awareness and inclusivity, both of which matter to the kind of clients and collaborators that you are worth attracting. Section 4, your headline. This is where most profiles fail first, and it's the section I spend the most time on when I'm working with a client. Your headline is just 220 characters of the most valuable real estate on your entire profile. LinkedIn algorithms scans it. Human visitors read it within the first 3 seconds. And yes, the vast majority of professionals fill it with nothing more than their job title and their company name. Who does that? Marketing director at global corporations. This is not the headline, that is a label, and labels do not attract opportunities. Your headline needs to answer 3 questions in 1 or 2 lines. What do you do? Who do you do it for? And what results do they get when they work with you? There is a formula that works consistently. I call it the value headline formula. I help specific audience achieve specific results through your method of service. In practice, it looks like this. I help B2B founders build LinkedIn audiences that generate inbound leads without cold outreach. Then you can now slash that with LinkedIn strategist and ghostwriter. Or for an executive audience, you can have CFO slash helping scaling startups build financial infrastructure for Series A readiness slash speaker slash advisor. You see the difference. One tells me what you are, the other tells me what you do for people like me. One is a label, the other is an invitation to work with you. And here is the SEO layer most people miss. LinkedIn search works like Google. The keywords in your headline directly impact whether you appear when someone searches for what you do. So if you want to be found for LinkedIn strategies or executive coach or fractional CFO, those words need to be in your headline after your value statement. Your headline is your most powerful SEO and impression tool on the platform. So treat it like one. And now to section 5, your about section. If the headline is your handshake, the about section is your first real conversation with your profile visitor. And this is where I see the most damage done, because most professionals either write nothing at all or they write a formal third person biography that reads like a corporate press release. Example: John is a seasoned marketing professional with over 15 years of experience across multiple industries. Stop there. Nobody is reading that, and if they are not feeling anything. LinkedIn is a conversation platform. Your about section should sound like you, specific, direct, and human. Here is how I structure AI converting about section. I call it the SPCA framework. And stay with me because I'm going to break this down fully. S. Start with a hook. Remember, only the first 2 to 3 lines are visible before someone has to click see more. So your opening line is the most important in your entire about section. It needs to stop the scroll. Start with a bold statement, a question, a problem you have observed, a counterintuitive truth, something that makes the reader think, I need to keep reading this. For example, most executives are the best kept secrets in their industry, not because they lack results, but because nobody can find them. That is a hook. That ends the click. P. Present the problem you solve. After the hook, you go directly into the problem your ideal client or employer has. Name it clearly. Make them feel seen. The best about sections make the reader think, this person understands my exact situation. C. Connect your story. This is where you bring in your journey, your credibility, your relevant experience, but through the lens of the reader, not through the lens of your own ego. Not a list of everything you have ever done. The specific thread of experience that explains why you're the right person to help them solve the problem. Then A. Action. Every about section should end with a clear next step. What do you want the reader to do? Connect with you, visit your website, download something, book a call. Tell them explicitly. People do not take actions they are not invited to take. One more thing, write in first person. Always I, my, we, never third person. Third person creates distance. First person creates connection, and connection is what converts. Section 6, the featured section. The featured section sits directly below your about section, and it is the highest converting piece of real estate on your entire profile. Well, if you use it deliberately, think of it as the CTA button of your entire LinkedIn page. Most people either don't have one, or they feature posts that performed well 2 years ago and no longer serve any strategic purpose. Your featured section should give your ideal visitor an immediate next step into your world. That might be a lead magnet like a free audit or a guide, a case study, a booking link, a newsletter, a video that demonstrates your expertise. Whatever you feature, ask yourself one question: does this move my ideal visitor from profile visitor to lead? If the answer is no, replace it with something that does that. When I work with clients, the feature section is often the first thing we fix because it starts producing results immediately. One well placed lead magnet in the feature section can change your lead flow overnight. Section 7, your experience section. The experience section is where CV habits comes to haunt people on LinkedIn. Most professionals write their experience section exactly the way they would write a job application. Bullet points full of responsibilities, duties, and tasks. Responsible for managing a team of 12 across 3 regions. Oversaw a marketing budget of 4 million. Led quarterly business reviews with senior stakeholders. Those are job descriptions, and job descriptions do not build authority. Here is the shift. Write your experience around outcomes, not activities. The difference is simple but transformative. Instead of manage the sales team, write built and led a sales team from 4 to 18 people, delivering 140% of annual revenue target in 2 years. Instead of oversaw digital marketing campaigns, write scaled organic LinkedIn reach from 2,000 to 47,000 followers in 11 months, generating 380k pounds in attributed pipeline. Numbers, results, transformation. That is what makes someone put down their phone and pick it back up and call you. And don't neglect the description box for each row. Most people leave it empty. That is another missed opportunity. Each role description is searchable, indexable content. Fill it with the results you delivered and the keywords your ideal audience is searching for on LinkedIn. Section 8, skills and endorsement. Skills might feel like the least glamorous section on your profile, but they are one of the most algorithmically significant. Wow, that was some English. LinkedIn's search filter allows recruiters and decision makers to filter specifically by skill. If your skill set doesn't match the language your ideal audience uses when they search, you simply won't appear. Audit your skills list regularly. Remove generic skills that every professional has: Microsoft Office, teamwork, communication. Replace them with specific, searchable, high-value skills that reflect your actual expertise and your ideal positioning. Pin your top 3 skills deliberately. Those are the ones that appear at the top and form the first impression of your competency in this section. And engage with endorsement. When people endorse your skills, return the gesture where it's genuine. Social proof actually compounds on this platform. Section 9, recommendations. Of everything on your profile, recommendations are the hardest to fake and therefore the most trusted. A profile with zero recommendations is a missed opportunity for social proof. Every collaboration, every successful project, every client engagement is a potential recommendation waiting to be requested. So ask for it. Here's what most people don't know about asking for recommendations. The way you ask determines the quality of what you get. Don't just send a generic request. Write a short note that reminds the person of a specific project or result and gently suggest what aspect of your work you'd love them to speak to. You're not writing it for them, you're giving them context so they can write something specific and powerful rather than generic and forgettable recommendation. For example, we worked on specific projects together last year and achieved specific results. If you felt comfortable speaking to my specific skill or quality, that would mean a lot to me. Specific recommendations convert. Generic ones are barely better than none at all. You want to aim for a minimum of 5. 10 is the benchmark I set for clients, and spread them across different periods and different types of work so they tell a layered, credible story of consistent relevance. Section 10, the final section, activity and consistency. Here is the section of your profile most people don't even think as a section, but I like to see it as one. When someone visits your profile and scrolls down to your activity feed, they are looking for evidence that you are real, current, and worth engaging with. A profile with no recent activity signals that you are either inactive on the platform or you have nothing to say. Neither does it inspire confidence. Your activity doesn't need to be high volume, but it needs to be consistent. 2 to 3 posts a week that demonstrate your thinking, your expertise, your perspective on your industry. Comment on other people's content that show you are engaged and insightful. These are not vanity metrics, they are trust signals. And here is the compounding truth about LinkedIn activity that most professionals don't realize until it is too late. Every piece of content you publish on LinkedIn lives on your profile permanently. It is indexed, it is searchable, it is the body of visible evidence that a decision maker reviews when they are deciding whether to trust you with their problem or not. The professionals who are posting consistently today are building an archive of authority that will continue attracting opportunities for years. Every post is a long term asset, not a short term notification. So start now, not when you're ready, not when you have figured out your content strategy. Now, because the best time to start building visibility was 3 years ago. The second best time is today. As we wrap up this conversation, now let's bring this together. Your profile photo and banner create the first impression in under 3 seconds. Your headline tells the right person why they should care. Your about section earns the trust and issues the invitation. Your feature section converts the visitor into a lead. Your experience section proves you deliver results. Your skills and recommendation provide the social proof that closes the gap between interest and action. And your activity builds the kind of consistent visibility that makes opportunity begin to find you. This is a complete LinkedIn profile, not a CV, not a directory listing, a living, working, opportunity generating asset. Now, if you have been watching this and mentally making notes of what to fix on your profile, I want to give you something that makes that process faster and clearer. I've built a LinkedIn profile audit scorecard completely free that walks you through every single section we just covered so you can score your profile against the top 1% in your industry. You will know exactly where you stand, what is working, what to fix first. The link is in the description below. Download it, go through it section by section, and come back and tell me in the comments what your score was. And if you want to go even deeper, if you want my eyes directly on your profile and a strategy built specifically for your goals, that link is also in the description too. One last thing before you go, drop a comment right now with the section of your profile you know needs the most work. I read every single comment and your answer might just become the next video on this channel. And if you got value from this video, I bet you will get value from the next one. So hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it. And I'll see you in my next video.